All right. Looks like we are recording. We are on stream. All right. I'm gonna just pull it up on my phone so I can see it. I can see chat. If anything, if I get an audience today, we'll see. Um, but yeah, it looks good. Everything looks solid. Let's start playing with this. So we're picking up where we left off on Tuesday, which is gonna be this mountain terrain from the game. This is just a basic mountain from World Gen V2. It's called Plains 1 Mountain, and I put EXP here for experimental, um, just to mess with it, and not to mess with the base one. Alright, so first off, we have the peaks. The peaks are going to be these things here. I want to mess around with them today. I don't know if viewports are saved from instance to instance, so we're going to test that right now. We're just going to alter the game file, see what happens, and that'll be it. Alright, so let's just try to make these taller, or more smooth, because I feel like they're a little too jagged, at least in my opinion. Like, if they're just too bumpy. Of course, this could happen in real life. I'm just wanting them to have a more weathered look. And so, really simply here, what we're going to do is go to... Ooh, where would it be? Because here we have the peaks right here. This is everything. Here we have a lot of curve points onto this mapper. We also have this simplex noise 2D density. And it's being normalized from -1 to -1, 1 to 1. I don't know why it would be normalized. I mean, I don't understand what's happening here, because this should be outputting numbers from 0 to -1 to 1. And it's just it's saying go from -1 to -1, 1 to 1. So I don't know why this is here. Maybe they put this here as, you know, something to experiment with if they want to change these numbers and see how it affects it, and then they realize they didn't want anything to be changed. That's a possibility. But it doesn't look like anything's happening here. It's just a massive manual curve they're doing. And then they're putting this as a peaks remap. Then they're normalizing it from -1 to here. So they're bringing it down to a very small range. And they're taking this density with this density. They're doing a sum of all of these. Okay. For the base, and then the simplex noise, curve mapper. Okay. To me, I think this is the only thing. So octaves, what they do is that they will put noise on top of noise for every octave you have. It's like a number, just to make it more noisy. And so this is the only thing that looks like it's doing. Actually, they even call it the texture. Although this is the seed, and I think they do this because then they can get a new seed for every single instance they want, right? If they call it texture, then it's going to give them a different seed if they call it, you know, calling it from base. So this base and this texture are different things, therefore they're different seeds, and they'll give them different results. So yeah, let's just lower this to 1. Save it. Does that change it here in the game? Does it save the viewport? Nothing's changing, so I don't think it did. So let's go to spawn. Or wait in the mountain. Alright, let's go up spawn. And now we're going to do a viewport with a radius. Last time we did 7. Let's just make it a little bit smaller. I don't think we need to do it too big. Let's just make it 7. Oh, and it's automatically updating. And yeah, as you can see, it's already looking smoother. Because that's what the octave does. It just adds a little bit of noise. Now it makes it smoother. It's not as jagged. I actually think I might like it more jagged. It looked better. Now it does look a little too smooth. And that makes sense, actually, now that I think about it. And I'm a little stuffy. Sorry if my voice is a little strange. I think I was stuffy on Tuesday too, but I didn't really mention it or talk about it. I think it is better when it's noisy because the whole point of these peaks is that it will look like a new formation. It looks like a new, like this mountain range is a couple million years old. It's very new, and there's not, it weathered down a little bit to this graystone, right? But this or not, it didn't weather down to the graystone. It's that this graystone might be a little bit more easily eroded, and so it's eroding this way and leaving behind these peaks, which are kind of jagged. All right, so yeah, let's bring it back. Let's just head back to spawn, because now that my viewport's different, I was working with a 10 viewport. All these things out here are more jagged still. Those won't change. It's gonna be a little bit hard at first to know where my boundaries are, but anyway, let's change it back to 2. And we can even actually bump it up to 3 and see what we get. I don't think it will look that much different. It probably will look more, of course it will look more noisy. But because these formations, oh no, okay. Yeah, those are way different. Yeah, and then that is too noisy. That's too much texture. So 2 was a good thing. And I'm sure they experimented with these numbers already, so they knew that 2 looked nice, looked good enough. Yeah, that's really cool. All right, now what we're gonna do is move them higher. I think that's what we're gonna do. So what's happening here? These are the peaks. Oh, you know, it does say peaks remap, and yet, oh, but the whole thing is peaks, right? The whole thing is peaks. So really, I wonder, like, they have this happening here outside, and then they have this further. Like, if I just delete this entirely, what is gonna change? What's happening here? Because what is all this doing when we have all these, this simplex and this simplex, these noise are being mapped to, 0 to 64, so we already know, like, it's getting, the height of this is being determined by these things. This is just being added on to it. I'm not quite sure where it's being added on to, especially since it's being normalized to such a small range. Or only the very, very tiny bit in between the base. Alright, so let's actually save this and see what happens. Just take out this whole thing. What is going to happen? Oh, interesting. Alright, so it does lower them a bit. And you can see exactly where the cutoff is. I wonder why it lowered it so much. I mean, I feel like adding on 0.075 won't do so much. Alright, but as you can see, these are all being normalized as well. So, like, in context, so these are being added 0.725, 0.175, right? Wait. We have 2 curve member densities that are being added on here. From -50 to 140 and 0 to 64. How is this not running out of range then? Because this right here... Oh, no. The curve mapper density, of course not. It just tells you what to do between those numbers. But like, this is going from -50 to 140. This is going from 0 to to 64. So This is just a straight line. This is confusing too. Oh wait, this is distance to bio edge. This is exactly what I was trying to do before. All right, so last week I was talking about making peaks that would go like this. You have small mountains and then big mountains behind it to give it this kind of the big mountains to make the big mountains look bigger, right? You're doing a kind of like a forced perspective type thing, making small mountains to big mountains. And so here, the distance to bio edge is being mapped, and this is what you're doing here at 0 to 64. It's a much smaller range than you have here, negative 50 to 140. And actually, look at 0, you're mapping it to mostly air. Why is it mostly air? So basically you're saying to force everything above 64. No. So everything from at base levels being mapped to air, and anything above that is being done as solid. I don't. All right. We need to. I wanna see. All right, we need to first get this here, and we need to add another biome to it. We're gonna go here. I don't know how any of this works, so this is gonna be new for me as well. But let's put the experimental planes here, because I've already. Ooh, that's all right. So oak. Oh, so it's not planes, it's oak. Do this oak, and here we'll go to 0. I don't know how these numbers work yet. This is something we'll need to learn too. But -1 to 0 is going to be mountains, and then oak will be the other half. And default transition edge is 64. Max biome edge distance is 64. I don't know what those numbers mean. I wish I did. I wonder what distance to biome edge density does. Like, how close is this, right? Distance to biome edge density. Does it tell you? Is there just a default number, or can you input a number to tell it how far away from the edge you want it to start doing stuff? That's important to know. I'm gonna try to look that up right now. Distance to biome edge density. We're already in density. Good. Distance to biome edge. Outputs the distance to the nearest biome edge in blocks. What? But we're under density, right? It outputs the distance to the nearest biome edge. I don't know what that does. All right, so first of all, we're going to put this in here. I don't know if these numbers will work. We're just going to see if this does anything at all. Nope, it doesn't like it already. Oh, I think it's because I have a comma here, actually. I think that's all it is. Yeah, okay. All right, let's see if anything changes. Nothing changed. Let's make our viewport bigger. Radius 10. Go back to 10. See what happens. Is any of this going to change? Doesn't look like it. Oh. I mean, some of this changed over here, but not a lot. Alright, it's like loading up very, very, very slowly. Oh, but then it stops right there. Okay, I might just have it reboot the whole world. It will take a while, but we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see multiple biomes. So that is world gen, reload, dash dash clear. Dash dash the clear means to get rid of all the other previous world gen and reload everything from scratch. So we're deleting all the chunks. That's interesting. And then regenerating loaded chunks. So all this will be redone. It does take a while. Um, I don't know why it takes a long time, because when you're in the game and when you're doing the viewport stuff, it feels a lot faster than this. This was working, at least it appears to be working more slowly. Don't know if it's true, we'll find out in the future. Yep, we'll just wait for this to reload, and we'll see if there's any transitions in biomes, and we'll start finding it. Actually, what we could do now that we're going to reload the whole world, we'll find if any of these Plains Oak biomes spawn. Hopefully these numbers work. And if they spawn, we'll just find an area that is a transition and do our viewport in that section. So we know we're guaranteed a transition, and we can mess with that parameter. Because, yeah, the reason why I'm puzzled by this is that when I am generating new chunks in my world, when I'm just playing the game, I can generate chunks way faster than this. But when I'm doing this new world gen, it doesn't like it. And in fact, once all this new world is generated, I can load new chunks very quickly. Like if I'm just walking around. So that's why it's just puzzling why this takes so long. It doesn't make sense. But we'll find out. See what happens here. Yeah, once all this is loaded, I'll demonstrate both what I mean with generating new chunks at World's Edge and making a new viewport. All right, come on. All right, keep going, keep going. What's interesting is that it's loaded on the map, but not on here. So that's interesting too. I also wonder if I wasn't getting the correct size mountains because the viewport was too small to do this section right here, the distance to biome edge. I wonder, I mean, it should know the distance. Like, even if you don't load it, the math is still the same. I think it should be the same. Because these just look a little bit taller than what I was working with, but you know what? Maybe I'm just a little confused. Misremembering. Alright, keep going. And in fact, I don't see any of the oaks loading, which would be bad. I only see this mountain biome loading. And that was another thing too, when I was experimenting with multiple biomes loading up into the world, I did notice that the mountains were glitched with other ones. So I don't know if this is going to work. I might have to start making my own and seeing what happens. I was hoping to be able to see, though, exactly how this thing worked. Distance to biome edge density. I'm not getting any other biomes. Nor is it even loading up. Huh. Seems like the world just kind of gave up. It just stopped. Let's do a little experiment. Let's save. Quit to main menu. Worlds, test. And let's reload it. Waiting for chunks. And it yeah. Worked way faster. Oh wait, am I closer to spawn? No, spawn's way over here. Yeah, it didn't like that what was happening before. And see how fast it loads now? And I'm generating these chunks like it's weird. That reload function doesn't seem to be loading it very quickly. Alright, let's go see if we can find any plains biome or the oak. Oh, right here. This is it. This is oak. Yeah, this is it. Okay. It did get squished in between these mountains. That's so interesting. Alright, but let's go. Let's see if we can make find. Oh, is this the place? This is mountains again. Yeah, we need to find the boundaries of all these. See, it's loading much faster though now. It's like chunk, chunk, chunk. It's just, yeah, lots of chunks just loading up real fast. Before it was hardly loading at all. But actually we did get 2 biomes this time. That's good. So we have all these mountains up here. And then we have some plains down here. So let's see how they interact. I do have a far distance, so let's see if we can get them to load up here. I want to be able to see these mountains from far away. Is this smaller? That's not smaller. That's not smaller. So what did that do? That distance to biome edge in the except I can know exactly where I am, right? If I hit F7 twice, it should tell me which I'm in, right? Except it says environment zone 1 plains. It doesn't tell me which what thing I'm in. It does not tell me the biome I'm in. How come? Oh man. I was really hoping it would tell me the exact biome I'm in, because it should be in Plains 1 Mountain. I was expecting this name. This is the name I'm expecting. But I'm not. Okay. So we have a plains, and we have this kind of interaction between. So this plains kind of goes up into the mountain, swings way far inside, and comes back out. You can actually probably see where their differences. Like, it feels, yeah, it just looks like I can tell. And that's because of the color. Is it the color? Did they actually change the color, maybe? Between the two biomes? That's a real possibility. Let's see. This looks like it got carved out too. This looked like the plains kind of went into here and took out this part of the mountain. I mean, it does make a cool cave entrance. This is actually the kind of cave entrance that I want, rather than like little holes in the ground like this. This one I want to get rid of. This one I want to make more of. So the interaction between the two biomes is good, but did it make smaller mountains? I feel like it didn't it? I mean, that one example that I have over here isn't the best case. This might be an exception rather than a rule. Like, right here, this from here to here is obviously like the oak to mountains. And so it's very, very close. And this one definitely goes up to that maximum or near max height. Like all these peaks are at the same level roughly, it looks like. But if I come over here, this looks like the mountain. It definitely is not the oak. And it's way smaller. Same with this one. This one is also smaller. In fact, let's get the exact coordinates. This is 172. This biome density is trying to make the max at 64. Now, I don't know exactly how all these... Oh, wait. I didn't put the peaks on here. Oh, no. I didn't do the remap. I am a fool. Alright, well... Let's add that on. And then we're going to... Where do I want to do this? Right here? Ah, man. I just reloaded the world. All right, we'll do a big viewport though. We'll do a viewport here. We're gonna go radius 10. We're gonna make a large section for us. And then we're going to save this. And we'll see if how the peak remap affects this. If it affects it at all. So it actually shrunk these, but made these a little bit taller. That's cool. Now, oh, you know what? I bet I was just about to ask, so, I need to make sure I say what I'm thinking before I start talking, because I need to make sure everyone's following along. But how does it know to give these peaks a different stone texture than that? And my assumption is that because these are being, exported, these map densities, right? You're gonna be exporting this as a peaks remap, or rather just maybe peaks, right? Actually, are they being remapped at all? Yeah, peaks right there. Exported density for peaks. And so all this information about the peaks is going to be in here. Like, it knows exactly which blocks are the peaks. And so that way when you do the terrain generation, material provider, it will know which blocks to do. Peaks mask. So it's going to import the peaks and make them all chalk. There you go. Otherwise, hills are going to be pebbles, soil pebbles, okay. Or gravel. So yeah, it didn't do one here though. It didn't import anything. Oh, there it is, mountain base. Okay, so no, it did import. Good. So it imported something. It's doing other stuff here though. I don't know why. It has another distance to edge biome density Y, and we're summing it up as well. So, and then we're changing it to gravel. We also have a, I don't know what the delimiters do yet. But basically it just wants these three, the top three, that's what this is doing. The top three layers are going to be soil pebbles, and it's going to do this around the hills. And then it's also doing soil, grass, and dirt as the top, and the top one will be grass, and two underneath that is dirt, and it's going three into the world. So we have masks, or we have peaks, and then we have those. Peaks are gonna be chalk. So basically what's happening is that you have the peaks. Are you just adding this together? What's happening here? So all of this is just the top layers, the top three, and it's saying, what is it saying? Field function. This is the field. It's doing the peaks, and it's doing it as chalk. What? Q material provider. Constant material provider. Solid material provider. Okay. So, looking into this, we have these 5 materials here. Bedrock is down at the bottom. Top one is Y, bottom Y is 0. So like bedrock is literally just a bottom layer of this material. This one, going all the way down to base, it's gonna be these things. And then rock chalk. So this is this not chalk? Maybe not. Oh, but it is chalk. Oh yeah, it is. Everything is chalk. So, okay, my suspicion was right. The fact that it's making everything chalk. When I saw this, I'm like, that means everything's chalk. So it is overriding. So this is basically queuing up after this. So it's saying, here's the peaks. Make them chalk. Except for these things. Make them these. That's interesting. And then to get it into the right spots is all this stuff here. So to get it to the right spots, what we're going to do is that you're going to up to 32. You're getting the mountain base, so right, all these hills, all those things. Getting the mountain base, and then you're getting gravel. I mean, this is obviously this part here, the mountains. We're not talking about this one over here, the oak. Okay, no. It is a different, separate material provider. Okay. I was thinking that it's just going to be exactly like a cutoff. So from this Y onward, so like Y64 and up, you're making it gravel, but no, it's not. It's creating a whole nother map on top of this. So yeah, as you can see, like sometimes the gravel goes deeper down here rather than up here. Like this is grass way up here at this Y level. We have gravel way down here at this, and that's because it's creating a whole new noise map for that. Except it's only at above a certain range. So we do have a base, and it's going to 0.8. This is summing it. Does that mean that's taking this 0.8 and then adding this 0.2 on top of it? I like to imagine that's what's happening. Because then it makes sense that this gravel is being placed on top. We could just get rid of it, like to really test this out, right? We could just say instead of normalizing it, let's just add them add them up. So don't normalize it. This is gonna make it really weird. Where did my viewport go? Yeah, look at that. Some of it is going way deep. Some of it is going way high. Okay, so I mean the normalizing did do what I was expecting it to do, but now let's change the inside numbers to see if I can raise this and lower this how I want. So if it's 0.8, if we want to say, hey gravel, let's have you come down a little bit more. Let's do 0.6 instead, and this be 0.4. Okay? I'm expecting a similar curve to what it was before, but gravel's just going to go deeper into the ground. Like, this should definitely still be all grass, but the gravel from what it was before should just be like a little bit further down. This would go grass, and this gravel will be like up here maybe. Okay, it did go much further down. 0.6 is just lower than I thought. But yeah, it is doing what I'm expecting it to do. Except for this. That's a bit weird. This is also way deeper. Why is it down here still? Where's my viewport? Alright, let's just raise this up to 0.7 and 0.3. Again, I'm only assuming these are adding on top of each other because this is 0.7 and this is 0.3, which adds up to 1. But that might not be the case. So what we could do is see if we can break it, but how, in a way that I will understand it, of course. Alright, let's go 0.8 and 2, that's how it was before. Oops. Make sure we go back to what it looked like originally. Wait, actually I don't remember if this was dirt or the rock. I should probably make sure I mean, now that this is the original, I'll know now what it was. It actually looks like it expanded a little bit. Alright, but is this even my viewport? Let's see, let's go back to a new place. Let's go right here. I mean, this is probably close to where it was before, but I just wasn't sure. Let's see. So this is going from -1 to -0.8, 1 to 0.8. negative 1, negative 0.2, 1 to 0.2. So both of these add up to, you know, a number between negative 1 and 1. And this is for the mountain base. This is for gravel. If I make gravel really small, like 0.0, oops, 0.0 and 0.0. Wait, 2, this would be 0.02. I mean, it won't add up to 1 anyway, but I'm decreasing this range by a lot. I want to know, I just want to know if it's summing this on top of the 0.8 or if it's creating a new range in between these two numbers, right? So you can imagine, let's pull up paint, right? Negative 0.8 is here on the number line. Am I making a range here like this that's in between these, or am I adding it on because I'm summing it at the end, right? Am I adding it on here? So let's find out. It does feel like I am adding it on top, because what looked like what just happened is that it made it more uniform. Like here is your gravel, and the gravel line is very smooth now. Before it was kind of bringing it down a little bit lower or higher, but now it just looks very straight. Let's see if we can make this range smaller though by making this 0.5 or negative 0.5 and 0.5. Will this decrease my total amount of gravel? Will it just bring it up? That's what I want to know. It did. Okay. If I do this to 0.1 and 0.1, let's go extreme again. I want to know if this is a band here around 0 and 32. Like, am I going to get a streak where I go to back up to dirt? Because when I normalize it between, you know, when I'm decreasing the negative and positive, I feel like I should be making a band rather than, oh, but look at that, because now this is 20% of the range here, it actually made it not smooth again. Funny. That's interesting. So let's just delete this one entirely. Oh, and I have this at 0, huh? Wow. But this is actually really interesting now too, because I know my exact boundaries between the plains oak and the mountain. This is a great way to find out the boundaries, but I still am going to bring this back. So I think I messed up because I don't have the 0.1 here. Let's bring that back and see if that does change it. If we yeah, it needed that negative to not go all the way to the edge. Why? I don't know. let's have this. So this is the mountain base. I'm not quite sure what the which one of those maps is the base, but we're also creating a new map for the gravel. Or the pebbles rather, this one, right? What I want to do, oh, it's also octaves too. Maybe that's another reason why, but it doesn't matter. We'll just keep it there. Um, what is it that I want to do? Yeah, I don't know. I kind of lost my train of thought of what I'm trying to accomplish here. Biome edge density. Is that not actually... to the biome edge, but rather I am giving it... What kind of parameters am I giving it here? Because I'm looking at this manually curve. 0 is air, 32 is solid. So anything above 32 is going to be solid. Anything above this number, you're going to do that. So you're creating a range for this thing to work. So let's just go back to these numbers. Let's go back to the original numbers. Okay, these are the original numbers. Okay, there we go. It's getting there. All right. Here's our original numbers. I think I might understand this one better, which is not exactly what I want to happen. I think, I don't know. I really don't know how this works exactly. But if we're saying at 0, which is y100, basically it's become air, so ignore it. Don't turn it into air because this is not creating the actual terrain, right? We're in the material provider, so it's not turning it into air. It's just saying essentially ignore it. And then up to 32 is what we want. So this, what it's doing is actually capping out these mountains, or capping out, yeah, these hills. So I can easily change this. I can almost get rid of it. If I increase this, that's increasing the points at which this is changing to gravel. So this should raise our gravel point, at the point at which it turns to gravel. I'm assuming. Ready? Let's see. It should happen everywhere, right? Or is it only going to happen close to the biome's edge? Because as we learned before, when we made this 0 by accident, um, this I'm hoping will again make it so that everything against that biome is going to be um, yeah. So I think these are the boundaries for um, the transition between the oak and this. Distance to biome edge. Let's again increase this to 100. I want to experiment. Is this going to only do this around this edge? Or does it not matter at all? It does. It only changes it at the biome's edge. Okay. So it does what it says. That's good. Yeah. All right. So how about if we do 200? This should just, like, almost all of this should just turn to dirt, right? Instead of gravel. It's gonna go way in here. No? Not way. So 200, though. 200, I imagine, would be pretty far. Like, almost the whole biome. Or is it because we're still doing this from 0? How about if we go from, like, I don't know, minus 50? Is that just going to give me an error? No, it didn't give me an error. All right, it created pockets below the boundary. So that's interesting. What if we just go from, like, negative 0.1? So basically, I'm hoping. I mean, I think I need 2 points, so I'm just gonna do these 2 points as close as possible to negative 0.1 and 0. And so hopefully we get. Oh, now we get, like, no transition. It goes right up to the edge. This is the exact opposite. I mean, I guess that makes um, me understand a little bit better. Oh, look at that. This? What? But it didn't do these. So are these overlapping, these biomes? Do they overlap? Do biomes overlap? I don't think so. At least not in World Gen V1, right? If you play the game, if we're looking at the game, the biomes very clearly are defined. They're like little bubbles. They're like little round patches, and they don't overlap at all. Did they change that for World Gen V2, or is this function that I'm playing with just making it look like this? I think the easiest thing we can do is just get rid of this one completely, and see what happens here. Just say only this distance bound edge. Can I do 0, 0? I don't think it will like that. I'm pretty sure it's gonna hate that. So I have to change it to 1. I created a band. So distance to biome edge, 0 to 200. 0 to 200. This is not 200 blocks, though, is it? That's not 200 blocks. Right? Oh my gosh. Is the dog gonna be barking? Oh, yeah, I can see your chat. Wow. I can. Nice. Welcome. Yeah, chat. I mean, I only have a single monitor, so I'm using my phone for chat, so I don't always look at it. All right, but we have a band around there, and now let's see if we can move it. Let's make this 100. All right, that 100 did nothing. It doesn't look like it changed it at all. Same with this 50. So what do these numbers do? Oh wait, is it finally altering it? Oh, it did alter it. It just took a long time. Yeah, I don't know if it makes much sense to me right now. Let's just do -1 to 1 from 0 to 50. Is this still creating... it shouldn't be creating a Y effect. It really does look like it's creating a distance from, you know... But it did just cut this in half. Clearly it cut it in half. So I went from 0 to 1 and then -1 to 1, and so... Okay, yeah. So the edge here, this is... If I do negative or 0, this will give me the exact edge at which it transitions to oak. So this is oak side, this is mountain side, and this is the boundary. Clearly you can see that this is the boundary, because this is almost exactly double. Alright, so I'm saying now go all the way up to the boundary of the oak and make it all this gravel. But do these numbers not matter then? I mean, if I do -50, what's actually going to happen here? See, that doesn't do anything. At least I don't know if it does. You know what? Another way to test this? Use the builder tools, right? No, builder tools. Yes, builder tools. I really hope that dog doesn't bark the whole time. Alright, we're going to... We need to get rid of this. How do we get rid of stuff? Sculpt. And then the sculpt is change height. Hold shift. Now I want to like delete it. Raise the layer, melt the way blocked. Okay, no, this is it. Alright, here we go. This is the boundary. We're going to delete this boundary and see what happens underneath, right? So it looks like actually the pebbles only go down 3, and that's what it should happen. That's what should happen here. All right, let's go up to this again. Because it says it's only 3. So this, yeah, this does not affect Y level. I'm of course positive about that now. This does not affect Y level. It's gonna repaint these though, because this is now the new height, I'm assuming. Oh no, it just reloads it. Okay, can't see it. All right. So this is definitely creating distance, and the distance is from here to here. And what it's doing without these, it's creating a nice band of dirt, right? From here to there. From this edge to this edge. If I add these on, it suddenly cares about the height of the mountain. Why does it care about the height after I add on these edges? I don't think edge to biome density cares about air blocks, like the height to... I don't think it considers the atmosphere a different biome. So it's probably not looking at the height. I mean, these aren't worried about the height either. I mean, the edge to the biome anyway. The edge distance to a biome edge is only right here. So what I think it's doing, it's saying like, all right, we're going to make hills. Right, we're going to import this mountain base, and you're going to only care about putting dirt, gravel at the hills, at these levels. And this adds a little bit of some what's it called to it? Some variety, right? Sometimes the gravel might go deeper into the hill, it might go a little bit higher. That's all this does here. Otherwise, you're just doing this. And this one is making sure that there's no gravel at the edge. Or rather, you could make guarantee gravel or not guarantee gravel, right? That's what it's trying to do, is that it's going to make it so that if there are more... And this is interesting too, the fact that we have parts of... Yeah, this overlapping is interesting. Because clearly... this is going to be hill, oak or plains rather than mountains. Like these boundaries are much more dynamic than they are in World Gen V1. All right. Okay, I'm okay with this. I think I understand it, and I'm good with this. So like, if we put this back in, it's immediately going to care about mountain bases now more than anything else. And then if we put it here, however, what's going to happen too is that it's going to, at least the way I have it set up, definitely put some gravel at the edges of these. All right, it's going to first care about mountain base, and then it's going to say, if it's near a biome edge, don't worry about it, just put some gravel. And it's going to go back up to around the tops of the mountains. That's because I inverted it. I inverted it. This needs to be -1. And this needs to be 0. There we go. Yep, so I just inverted it. Now we put it back to how it was. Creating all the grassland again. Now I understand this. This is fine. Can I move it up at will? The base height, right? We're just going to say the base height. We want to change it so it's a little bit higher. I think all I want to do is change this negative to be a little bit less negative. That's what I'm going to assume. Let's do 0.3. Let's see if this now moves up a bit. But we'll know the direction from this experiment. It moved down. Okay. So if we want to move it up, we just reverse the numbers. So we'll just do this. We'll do 0.8 and then we'll go to 0.3. Oops. And then hopefully this will invert the effect I just did, which will cause it to go up the mountain rather than down. Alright, let's see. Save. This is the first gonna have to reload everything and then what I just did will take effect. Yeah, let's just save it again just in case. There we go. Yeah, okay. Yep. It's way, way higher now. So I can now move the dirt to my will. Okay. Oh, I'm good. I'm satisfied with this learning. And as we've also learned that I can't change the peaks here because the peaks are actually the dirt block for everything. As you can see, it's chalk all the way down. And so these peaks aren't actually being painted something different. It's actually the soil and the dirt, the gravel here, that's being painted on top of the chalk. So yep, we're good there. Grasses and oak trees, we're just kind of throwing on top. Alright, I think I'm good. I think I want to try at least to start making my own biome. So let's go back to the basic one. We're gonna go back to basic. We're gonna go to default. We're gonna go to basic here. And we're gonna go to this and delete that. We're gonna go to 1. We're gonna go to basic, and we're gonna see if it's going to kill everything though that we all worked for. Alright, there we go. All right. So, first things first, I want to add trees. I don't know why the trees aren't working. I'm going to just copy paste this in here. Please let it work. Copy oak trees. Open up. Open up the basic one. Gonna delete all this. Paste it. We're going to do props. Put this down here. Oh, I can't reach. Oh, I can't reach. Props. Move this over here. All right. I mean, this should work. It has a position. It has an assignment. Everything should work. But what happens? No trees get added. And this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at about with making my own biomes. I don't know how to add trees. I don't know how to add stuff. Doesn't make any sense to me. Because the other biome worked, right? Like literally this one right here. With this on experimental version, I wish I could have multiple of these tabs open. Like that would be nice. I wonder if they can do that. Oops. Head optimization needs to go back. Oh, come on. Alright, we'll just go like that there. Anyway, like, I don't understand why the props here, like this is a prop, this is going to oak trees, and the oak trees are being added, and it's the same exact imported assignment. Open. Planes 1. I bet it's because it's not in Planes 1. When it looks for Planes 1, it's looking for this in a folder. Oh no, what just happened? Okay. Okay, so if I open this, but now, yes, don't worry about that. Don't worry about changes. Uh-oh, where's my basic one? Open. Open basic. Open. Okay. Oof. Fluids, oak trees, good. All right. This might, all right, I'm pretty sure I have a guess. I'm going to, before I do this, we'll just do this. We will move this to Planes 1. Okay. We're going to put basic in Planes 1. Now will it work? Okay, where's my editor? Oh, that's right. I'm going to need to open it back up. Asset editor, node editor. Open up basic in the planes folder now. So what, I don't know if this is going to work because to me the imported assignments, it should be looking in the assignment folder. The assignment folder is up here, not in the biomes folder, in this one. And it's looking in Planes 1 and Planes 1 oak tree, right? Oak tree. Or mountain tree, whatever, whichever, doesn't really matter, but it should be looking in the assignment folder, not the biome folder. So I don't understand why it needs to be here, but let's try it anyway. So we just put the basic biome into that folder. Let's save it and see if anything happens. Nothing happens at all. All right. Don't know why this is happening. Opened. Planes 1. No, mountains. Name hills. The name shouldn't matter either. I don't think it should. I wonder if I can have multiple of these programs open. Maybe that's all it needs to do. And I wonder if I can change them all at once. I guess we can try that. Can we open up another instance of this? Open the asset node editor. There we go. Now we can have 2. Okay, that works. Oops, cancel. Open. Basic. It says basic there. Plains 1 mountain trees, right? Plains 1 mountain trees. Let's actually open the Plains 1 mountain trees assignment and see Plains 1 mountain trees and see if there's anything inside here that will give it, you know, something that it doesn't like. Here's the directories. The directories are to places that should be in this world since it loads up in the other biomes. It looks fine to me. It looks all fine to me. And there's large trees, like, so this assignment, it's in Plains 1. Biomes. Plains 1. But again, this doesn't matter to that. I could just rename it. Is it the material provider or anything? Environment provider? Does it not like those? Is it only plains? I don't think it would matter. Trees. I just copy pasted this over. Is it this Y scale? No. Alright. Here's what we can do. Alright, chat. I don't know if I'll be able to see anything to say for now. I'm going to look this up. Alright, so we're looking at the mesh 2D positions. I think this will be in the material providers, right? Or not, props, of course, props. And now we're going to look at, nope, actually it's not even here. Mesh 2D positions. Where would this mesh 2D positions be? Scanners maybe. Nope. Not a scan. Assignments, block masks, competitive density, directionality, material providers, patterns. Ah, probably a pattern. We'll find out. Block set, offset, floor, ceiling, wall, surface gap, cuboid, and or not. Field function, mesh 2. Nope. Assignments. I can look at assignments. We'll see, because assignments, these are all in the assignments section. Constant field function, sandwich, imported, and that's it. Where are these mesh 2D positions? Although it does say assigns props to each position in the positions field, this is a positions field. Mesh point generator, you know what? Field function. Is that what we're getting here? Nope, I don't see that. Alright, so I don't think this is it. It's not density, it's not curves. I don't think it's a block mask. It has to be a positions provider, right? Mesh 2D, there we go. That's I thought I clicked on this one. Alright, whatever. That's okay. Alright, Mesh 2D. the point generator. Slot for a point generator asset. See the point generator section below. The vertical Y, points Y is the vertical Y position of every point. So is this just way too low? Let's make this 300. Is this all that was messing me up? Yeah, I still don't see anything being drawn. And right now, actually, this is way too big. The top of the mountain got cut off. Nope, nope, that's not it. Point generator. Jitter. More jitter results in more random point distribution. A good starting point is 0.2. I mean, sure. Positive decimal number scales the distribution. Scales the distribution in that area. I see. I see. This is so frustrating. Why it's not working? Because it doesn't tell, like, there's no error being thrown. There's nothing telling me that this is wrong. Plains, one mountains, trees. Mesh point generator. Oh, this is really frustrating because I do not understand what is going on. Does it have to do with this? I can't imagine it like it does. Don't update now. All right, so that's just that. Go into biomes. So we look at the basic biome, which I threw into the plains one. Basic. It has all these things like maybe it'll tell me a little bit more in the exact environment props. Assignments, imported plains, one, mountains, trees. Like, I honestly can't tell if this is the correct one or not, but like, there's no reason to doubt it. Simply because it worked for the other one. Right, it works for the other one. Alright. What if we scale the Y? Well, let's just go like 100 Y scale. I have no idea. This shouldn't do anything because, like I said, it's affecting the distribution of it, so it would make them more scattered on the Y. It's not going to affect the actual spawn rate. This doesn't make any sense. Do not know what's wrong with it. This is the same exact thing. But it works for this. Doesn't work for the other one. It does say hills. Should I do that? I'm gonna change it to hills. Like, I'd be so befuddled if that worked. But anyway, we need to reduce the height here. It's way too big. I think I just have a scalar here. Let's do 1.2. There we go. Now it's not getting cut off. I wonder, does it look for dirt when it places it? Does it look for dirt and not places it? There's no dirt. That's crazy to me. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Let me go look. Let me look one more time at the assignments. That would be nuts. Um, Plains, mountain trees, mountain trees. What I'm looking for, oak, mountain trees, mountain trees. So wait, directionality. This is directionality. Floor plan. Does a floor plan mean like it needs this floor plan in order to load? That would all right, let's see. I have no idea what these floor plans are and what they mean. Um but yeah, let's before I look it up, I'm sure it will. Let's just see if it even works. We're gonna load up the biome for mountains, experimental one. We're just gonna add in whatever their dirt is, right? Let's just add in their dirt because that would be easiest, I think. Which is, let's just do this one. It's annoying. Let's see if this works. Let's see this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna bring it over the basic one. We're going to put that. What? It didn't do all of it? Oh, it didn't. Why? Okay, copy. Paste. Move those things over here. Queuing them solid. This is a solid one. Let's see. We have a space depth material provider. I think we need a queue provider after this. Or maybe not. I think the queue. Oof, does it go in there? All right, let's see. The queue. Yeah, it just goes to queue. All right, here. So I think because it will do this one and then this one on top, so it should just place it all here. Does it work? not getting any dirt. So I don't think that worked. Oops. Alright, so let's go back to the mountain. So first, after we have a space and depth material provider, we have a Q material provider, right? That's fine. That's a Q material provider. After that, we have a field function. Don't think we need that. Simple horizon material provider, and then we queue this one up. So we do bedrock, then we do this, then we put chalk. Okay, I need to flip these. Oops, come on. Because what it's doing is that it's putting this... No, it should be after. I put the stone down and then I put that down, right? I put the bedrock, then this, then chalk. But this is chalk is after. Why is chalk after? Alright, well, let's flip it, see what happens. So this goes first. It will say do the top 3 layers and then everything else after that. It seems like that would be the opposite in my head, but hey, we're going to do it. We'll see what happens. Oh, there we go. Alright, so everything's grassy. But guess what? I still have no trees. So that it doesn't care. It doesn't care about grass. It doesn't give me trees even if I have grass. Why? I don't understand why. Why is it not giving me trees? The runtime's the same. Like, I'm importing plains, 1 mountain, trees. I'm importing plains, 1 mountains, trees. Like, I just copy pasted this. This should be exactly the same. The typing. The words. So that's fine. It's fine. And yet. Let's open this up. I can't open with this. Yeah, can I? Alright, let's just open up another one. We're going to go to node editor and we're going to open up that assignment again. Just in case. Like, there might be just another thing that I'm missing. Maybe it does, again, require to spawn on a very particular thing. Just not understanding. Like, it wants... soil grass deep in leaves, but I feel like this is setting it up on the floor. Column linear scanner, max 70 and -20. Let's use base result cap. Top down order. Wait a second. I mean, no, 70 though, right? 70 is way high. Like, this is... Where am I right now? 180? Oh my gosh, 170? Is this just too tall? Alright. I'll linear scanner. It might just be too tall. Which is crazy that they would put this. I mean, I guess not. I thought it would be something else. Max Y. Oh my gosh, gosh, this is it. This is it. Trees. Let there be trees. Oh, finally. Finally. I finally got trees. All right, so I understand how props work now. I mean, I understanding scale, understanding like the world. Like when you look at this, like it is small, and this is something I'm gonna have to really work with when I'm making these biomes and when I have a theme or an idea for this. Like when you're down on the ground and you look around, like this is not that tall, and it won't take very long to get up, right? It's pretty easy, especially in Hytale. You can mantle up 3 blocks. Like it's super tiny. Why is that so tall over there? I have, do I have multiple viewports going? Oh well, I don't really care. Um, I think I need to kill the viewports. That's what happens. That's what's happening. That's so funny. I have multiple viewports. How interesting. Anyway, like the scale here, it's not that big, right? You look at this mountain and it does feel big though, even though it's actually kind of small. While my mountains are actually big, but they're almost over. You can't get a sense of the scale because they are so huge. If that makes sense. It is just how I was talking about force perspective in the beginning of this video. This is also force perspective, and also the details, right? The fact that they have several textures here going up and down the mountain. I mean, I can probably do that too. I mean, I might as well try it, right? Like I'm looking at mine, looking at these, right? These do feel bigger, but also because of how much world can be generated, how much see your point of view and your field of view, um, not not the angle of the camera field of view, but like uh, how much of the world you render. All right, you can't even see some of these mountains; they're just too far away. So like, also, actually no, but also, uh, I gotta figure this out. I gotta figure out what feels good. That is what the main thing I have to work on next is making something not just look good but feel good too. Um, okay, I really want to keep doing this. I want to now that I understand what was happening with the trees, which I can have to undo this now, so I have to go back to it's not loading. My mouse died? Because I can't move my mouse either. My mouse is alive. Nope. Nope. What is going on? Alright, well, I was gonna try to take a break anyway, because I have to go to the bathroom and I'm probably gonna get a drink and whatnot, and I'll be back. If I want to keep working on this, I want to work on my new biome. Um, so I'm going to mute, and I'm going to change it to black and fix my mouse, whatever just happened to it. Because it doesn't seem to be working. I don't know why. Alright, well, I'll be back.